Hey, hello, hello. If you caught just a minute ago and it disappeared, it's because it was all wrong. I'm Tammy with Cheers to Creativity, and we are going to show you the Essential Stencil March Stencil of the Month set in just a second. I still haven't figured out this whole camera thing yet, and doing the best I can, but I must say it is so much easier when my sweet hubby is here instead of me trying to figure it out on my own. So let me just find us. There we go. It says we're live. Let's see if we're live on me and not on the ceiling, which is where we were a moment ago. All right, I see me. Great. Let's adjust just a touch because I want to be able to show you the stencils first, and then we'll do a quick project. This is the Saturday look today. It's been dealing with planting and not even with creating, other than creating plants for the garden. Okay, just going to set this aside. If you pop on, please say hello. I love to know that I have company. If you're catching this on replay, just know I appreciate you as well. All right, it was the 14th yesterday, and my day kind of got away with me, and I got away from me, and I didn't get a chance to show you the March stencil of the month. So Stencil of the Month Club is awesome. It gives you the opportunity to get exclusive stencils delivered to your door every month. And they have two plans. They have their premium plan. Their premium plan comes with 3 12 by 16 stencils. And you have the option with the premium plan to pick up a add-on. And then we also have a smaller set that are 6 by 8. Is that right? Yeah, 6 by 8. That are taken from either the premium set or possibly sometimes the bonus is added in there as well. So let me show you the premium set first. I think I've opened this up. I have. We kind of have a fun, kind of what I'm going to call summer stand theme going on. It's called Sips, Sweets, and Celebrations. So first, we have a page 1, and it says, it's going to be a 3-scoop kind of day. I don't know what that means to you. I'd love to hear in the comments, what is a 3-scoop day for you? For me, a 3-scoop day would probably mean either something big to celebrate or maybe something to help cope. We'll just go that way. We have these cute little pots that have some flowers in them. Life is sweet. We do have some ice cream cones. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And we have a lemonade pitcher and a little basket of lemons. So that is page 1. Let me show you page 2 here. Oops. In the right way. So page 2, we have some words again. Flowers, seeds, stems, blooms. We just have this banner. Fresh squeezed lemonade. We have another banner that has some frozen treats and old-fashioned ice cream, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. And then the third sheet in the premium package this month, whoops, let me get to it. Let me get to it the right way, has this adorable little stand. So in our neighborhood, we actually have a lemonade stand that gets passed from house to house for who's going to hold the next neighborhood party. This one says, life gets sweeter in the summertime. And I must say I would need to agree with that statement. I love all 4 seasons. Living in the Midwest gives me that opportunity to live in all 4 seasons, but I do kind of love my summer, especially for my garden and my flowers. All right, so let me show you the add-on to. I'm not even going to take this one out. This add-on all will fit with everything we saw, but it's a little more of a patriotic theme. So Sweet Land of Liberty. Oh, which way? This one goes. Old Glory fireworks, poppers, sparklers, and rockets. And then you have a couple little piles of fireworks as well. So that's the premium set. Now they have several options on how you can pay for your premium set. But if that's something you haven't done before and you'd like to do it this month, get started, make sure you use Cheers, C-H-E-E-R-S, and you're going to save 50% on the premium set. It does not apply to the add-on or to shipping, but it still will save you quite a bit. Now, again, the Stencil of the Month Club has another option, and it's called your basic set. and they're smaller. So oftentimes it is the element as is, or sometimes it's the element just sized down. So in this case, we have a smaller size of old-fashioned ice cream, vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. Here we have those cones and the sweet treats. That's the first page. Second page happens to have parts from the add-on. We have Old Glory fireworks, and you have the little firework stacks here. So very cute, very versatile. And then you're going to get a smaller version of that lemonade stand or ice cream stand or firework stand. You get to decide which it is. So this set is less. I believe it's $9.95, but don't quote me on that. Go to stencilofthemonthclub.com to find out. And if you want to use Cheers for your first month on that, it would be free for you, excluding the shipping. Hi, Brenda. I know this is an odd time for me to pop on, but somehow my Friday kind of got away from me, and I just didn't get back to it. So I thought we would do just a quick project with this. So I grabbed one of these wood panels. Many of you have asked me where they come from. I get mine from Amazon. I will, in the comments to this, so you can go back and look at the comments, I will put a link in the comments. This one concerns me a little bit because I can really see those knots, but we're gonna go for it anyhow. And here's my thought. I kind of think it'd be kind of fun to have just some pastel blended colors. So I grabbed a light yellow, I grabbed a light pink, and I could grab, I thought I grabbed a purple. Maybe it's behind my iPad. It is, it's behind my iPad. I just gotta grab this purpley color. So I kind of thought they could go that way. So I'm going to put some of these colors out on a plate. Grab my paper towel here, and I do have some water here. So my colors I want to use are this yellow. This happens to be Deco Art's Baby Duck. I think it's just a really pretty soft yellow. If you do use Deco Art paints, make sure you go to their site and check out their new 2025 colors. This is called Cotton Candy. The other blue, light pink I might use might be baby pink, but this will be fine. It's a little dustier. I'm not going to need this much paint, but I just want you to be able to see the colors. And then I grabbed, this is called Brilliant Purple, and it's almost out, so I'm going to have to open it up and just kind of like pound it on my plate. But this way you'll get to see that we'll have 3 colors, and we're just going to kind of blend them together. I want them to be nice and soft. So one way, any way to make colors blend together is with moisture. And that moisture can be water, or it can just be the amount of paint that you're using. I'm going to tip you down, so I can push this a little bit this way and make sure it's all there. Just give me a sec. I have a little bit of a delay happening with my iPad, but I just like to make sure that we are seeing what we need to see. I think we're good. We probably don't need all this stuff in our background, but that's okay too. I'm going to scooch myself in just a touch. And I'm just going to grab a big brush, just a big 3/4 inch brush. And because I'm really seeing those even on, as I'm just filming this, I'm going to take just a moment, and I'm first going to just put some white paint over this, okay? Now, I still might see those, but what this is going to do is also tell me if I see them more or if it helps cover them a little bit. And this can count as my, oops, kind of like my base. There's a little something there we don't need. I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm not too worried about strokes or anything else. I just want to get a C, and this will be helpful for me as I get to look if I still see those dark spots. If I do, I might have to rethink my background, but that's okay. Life is all about change and being flexible with what comes your way. But this white seems to be covering those really dark spots pretty well. I don't even need to let this dry because I can use this as a little bit of added moisture as I'm going to be blending some colors for my background. I will come back once I finish this and do my edges as well, But for right now, this is okay. This line that we're seeing right here is actually just a shadow because I forgot to turn on my big light. It's okay. So I still have white on my brush, and I'm just gonna pick up some of this yellow, and I'm gonna pick up here, and I'm just gonna go yellow, 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 and I'm just gonna let it blend. And I've got that white in there. Hello, Linda. I'm gonna hang on to this with my one fingernail, hanging on just so it blends a little bit, okay? Blend back and forth, okay? I'm going to wipe this off first. I might even take a quick little rinse in here because I'm not really necessarily trying to blend these colors completely together. I just wanted some variation of some more pastel-y colors. I can blend it a little bit, but then we're gonna come down this way. Boop, 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 boop. Want this to be just really soft, okay? Again, I'm gonna wipe it off first, and then I'm gonna give it a quick little bouncy wash in my water, clean that off, and I'm gonna pick up the purpley color that I have here, and I'm gonna start in at the bottom so it's a little stronger there, and I'm gonna let it get lighter as it comes up. Remember, I've got that white paint underneath there, and I didn't dry that, so it's just gonna be nice little blended pastel colors. Something a little different. I do want this to dry though, just so I can, when I go to put my stencils on, I want this to be dry. Now, if I were going to put a transfer on, it would have to be super, super dry. But because I'm going to be painting on top of this, it just needs to be mostly dry. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So if you're just joining me, when I started this and I was showing the stencils, I asked what makes a 3 scoop day for you? And I said for me, it probably means it's been a really, really good day and I've got something to celebrate, or it might mean I need a little extra support. But that's kind of where I'm headed with this little project. First I'm gonna move some stuff out of my way. And I didn't even check, but I think it's gonna fit on here. I hope it's gonna fit on here. It's gonna be a 3 scoop kind of day. Okay, so I am eyeballing this to make sure, or not to make sure, I'm eyeballing so it's not completely sure. I wanna come up here a little further. Nope, I think I wanna go a little further down. So I'm gonna go like this. And I'm just using the edge to make sure it's pretty straight across. And I'm gonna see if I've grabbed, the tape is underneath my table. That does me so much good, no. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of tape so I can secure this. And let me grab some tape. Thank you, Lois, appreciate you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab that purple that I still have on my plate, and I'm gonna grab one of our brushes. I'm gonna use one of the dome brushes. These are called our mini brushes. Last I checked, they were still out of stock on Essential Stencil, but one of the things you wanna do if there's something that you'd like and we're out of stock, go ahead and just click that little button that says notify me when back in stock. And that is the easiest way to find out when something comes back in stock. Offloading, and I'm just gonna do my letters. Hi Deb, what puppies are you painting today? I wasn't painting any puppies, but I sure got to spend some quality time with mine. For whatever reason, they must have been super tired and they've just been snuggle buddies all day today, which is okay with me. I love snuggling with my pups. All right, so I'm just adding a little more paint to my brush. Remember, we're always offloading before we take our stencil brush, whether it is a domed brush like this one or one of our regular ones. So this is the March stencil of the month, and we are going to find out what constitutes a 3-scoop kind of day? I guess on a positive note, I could say a 3-scoop kind of day for me would be when I get to spend a day or an evening with all 3 of my grandchildren. That would be a great 3-scoop kind of day. Maybe days when I need to clean my studio, which still might be today. Could be a 3-scoop kind of day. Not that that's a negative thing, but it might be just something to, that 3 scoops might just be enough motivation to get it done. Just giving it a quick second coat here. Okay, so I'm going to lift this off, see what this looks like. It's going to be a 3-scoop kind of day. Okay. And my thought was just to use these, but I might be rethinking that. Give me just a second. I want to see what would happen if I just used, I need to grab something here. And our ice cream truck is pretty big, but if I just used this part of it, not the whole part that's going to stick up. I just thought of this right this second, so I'm not even sure this is going to work, but it might. It might. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this straightened up here. I just want to use the idea that we can just see part of the cart, okay? So I got to make sure I don't go too far up because I want this to go on here too. This is going to sit right on there. Okay, I think that'll be good. That actually looks pretty good. However, wait, it's backwards. Let's do this again. How did I know this was backwards? Because my words were backwards. So with this, I just want to give it the idea of its, maybe we'll go this way. I want to see the whole, because we're not going to do we're just going to see part of the cart. We're not going to see like it has the whole thing. But again, let me double check that my ice cream is going to fit on here without going into my words. And I believe it will. Okay. So with this, and I don't have a really, really fine way to make sure it's straight, but I think it's pretty good. I can see this whole part of my cart and I see a little bit of my wheel. So I would just have to think, what color would I want my cart to be? When you have a stencil that's bigger than your surface, like I do right now, and you still want to kind of secure it, you can secure it someplace where you're not going to be stenciling. So like I said, I'm not going to be using the top part of this, so I can do that there. And I can stick a little piece right here as well. And maybe I'll just stick one up here just to hold it in place, just so it stays in place for me. So I know my wheel can be either brown or black. And then it doesn't matter what color is my cart going to be. And I think we're going to make that cart, the bottom part of the cart, I think we're going to make white. And I'm just going to grab a brush. Grabbing some white paint. I'm offloading that paint on a paper towel over here or on my lap. And I'm going to make the cart part white. Okay, so just this part right here. Okay, I have another question for you. One, I want to know what constitutes a 3-scoop day for you, and if you have a 3-scoop day, what? Oops, here we're just doing this here. What are your flavors? Are they all the same? Are they different? If they're different, what are they? We're talking ice cream right now. If it's a 3-scoop day, what would you constitute as a 3-scoop day? I'm just going to grab a light brown. This is I think this is fawn, because I want that to be kind of like my woodish type top. And I'm going to grab that. I'm just grabbing it with the same white brush, so it might not be as dark as it normally would be, but that's okay too. So I'm going to fill this in. Oops, I boo-booed. We're going to fix that in just a second. I got my brown down there and I wanted that to be white. Maybe I'll just change my mind and make the whole thing brown. We'll see. We'll see. I think this set is super cute. Oops, I definitely made a boo-boo there. I think I'm going to just go ahead and make the bottom part brown too. I think that's just going to be easier for right now. We're just going to make it a little lighter because it's got the white underneath it. It's okay. It'll be fine. I have one little boob over here I'm going to have to fix in just a second. But we'll fix it in a moment because we're trying to find out what constitutes a 3-scoop day, and we're trying to find out what flavors would your scoops be if you were having a 3-scoop day. My favorite ice cream is vanilla. I know it's boring, but it's my favorite. I need to grab a little black here for this wheel. And probably my second favorite, I don't have it very often because my husband absolutely hates it, is what, Tammy? It is mint chocolate chip. Love mint chocolate chip. I'm not much of a chocolate ice cream girl. Oops. Just grabbed a little black. We're just going to add just a tiny bit of this wheel here. You're going to see in just a second my boo-boo. Okay, so here's my boo-boo. Do you see that right there? So I am merely going to take normally I could just pick it up with a Q-tip. I don't know if I have a Q-tip nearby. Let's see. Twirling my thing around. I do not. So we're just going to grab a little brush. And I'm just going to see if I can possibly remove that. If not, we might just blend that in and make it work. I'm going to grab a little bit. So I'm just going to fix up my boo-boo by making my handle on this just a little bigger. I'm just going to include it in there and it's going to be okay. So I fixed my boo. I've got this cute little line here, and since we've got these fun colors going on, I might pick up like a hotter color pink just to fill in there. And you can do that with any small brush or use one of our detail brushes. I'm just going to use the brush in my hand, and I'm merely going to come in here and just going to make it go bloop. Sound effects always help, me at least. This is brighter than the soft pink we use, but it still coordinates. So like this. I'm going to fill in this little line here, and then we're going to add our scoops. So there's our little ice cream cart, part of it that we can see. I'm going to need to grab that stencil again. Oops, not that one. Not that one. The one that said 3 scoops. Let's push this back. Put my yellow up. My black. And I'm just going to set these little bit of ice cream, these little ice cream things right on here. So these little scoops of ice cream are in a little ice cream stand. We're gonna eyeball those so they're just like such. So we have the stand, and then we have our cones, and we have our ice cream on top of it. So I think I'm gonna grab a little silver for our stand. Move some things down. So I'm just going to use a little silver. I'm going to use a really small brush. Again, I'm probably going to use one of our domed or mini brushes. This is a really small one. I'm picking up my silver paint, and I'm offloading it on my paper towel. And I'm just coming in here where I want my little stand to be. Following these skinny little lines here. Again, really important that we are offloading our brush so we're not getting too much paint that could easily bleed under these skinny lines, but because I offloaded, my brush should be nice and dry. And that is just for the little stand sitting on top of our stand. Okay. And then we need to pick a color for our cone. And the color that I have down below for the stand probably would be Cherry Garcia by Ben & Jerry's is my ultimate favorite. Okay, well, but a trio would be mint chocolate, bittersweet, and, oops, what else does she say? And vanilla. I love vanilla. I love vanilla. Vanilla's my favorite. Okay, so we need to go a little deeper than this color just because I want it to show up. And we might even add a couple of crosses on there. Let's see if I've got a deeper brown. I might just use, I'm just going to use dark chocolate. It's dark chocolate is not as dark as people seem to think it's going to be. But I'm going to pick up a little bit of it. Bloop, bloop. I'm going to offload it. I'm going to do my cones first. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. We're going to come back with a little detail on these too, I think. I think we are. So they look a little more like waffle cones. Let's get this on here first. 2, and here's number 3. Now, would that be part of the cone? I'm trying to think. Is that part of the cone? I don't think so. Let me see if we have a sneak peek at this. Oh, we have lemonade on there. That's not fair. No, because, yeah, that should be the cone too. We've got a little bit of cone shown here. Uh-oh, there goes the barky dogs. There goes the barky dogs. All right, so here's my thought on these. We're gonna get this, there's our cones. We're gonna come back and add a little detail to these cones, but we'll do that after we do our ice cream itself. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do one mint chocolate. So I've got to grab another brush, picking up this color, this obnoxious green color. I'm going to put it in here, okay? And it's going to need some detailing too, but it's going to be okay. So I've got one green one. I'm going to do one white one for sure, not this white one. Maybe this could be Joanne's Cherry Garcia when we're done. I'm not sure what color the base of that is, but regardless, here's one white one. Okay, and I'm trying to think. I don't want chocolate. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's do one. I'm going to do one that's more of a, We're in pink, so we gotta be careful there. Let's do one that would be, I think we're gonna do one corally color, and we're gonna come back and make it a little darker. You think chocolate? Praline. I was actually thinking about praline. See, this one I can add some little dots of a reddish pink, and it could be like a cherry one. And we'll just do the other one and make it more. Here, I'm gonna do this. I'm grabbing, this is not white, this is buttermilk, or light buttermilk. And so there'll be a little different base color, and we'll see what kind of colors we will add to them in just a second. Vanilla base with cherry and chocolate chunks. Okay, we're all gonna go out for ice cream after this, you know that, right? Okay, so we've got that much. Let's lift this up. This is the basic stencil, and then we're going to see what we can do to it with a little bit of adding something to it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with one of our detail brushes, and my detail brushes are not sitting right here, so we're just going to use the one I've got. Oops. And we did those base of those cones with some hold please, with some brown. And this is the brown we use, but now I'm going to take and add some white to it. So I have a really light brown, and I am just going to give them a couple really little crisscrosses, bloop, so they look a little more like waffle cones. All right, so I did those, rinsing that up. I'm gonna go back to the one that I know, which is my mint chocolate chip. So it's mint, so it just needs some little bits of chocolate in it. So now it looks a little more like mint chocolate chip, okay? So that's that one. I'm going to go with my, oops, I have a little bit of moisture on here that I want to get off. I'm going to go ahead and grab some wild berry color, and that's what I'm going to add to this guy. And on that one that just kind of looks boring vanilla, I think we'll go ahead and, because that could be our pralines in cream or coffee ice cream, which would then make them brown too. But why not? We could do that. We can do that. We'll just use a different shade. We will use the lighter shade that we used to begin with on the cart, which was cocoa. And I'm just going to make these bigger chunks. That'd be fun too. We could just make one that was all sprinkles. Okay. Now, if you want to, you could certainly outline these. Let's outline this one. So I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna worry about it being a perfect outline. I'm just gonna kind of use parts of it. Bloop. Make it show up a little more. Maybe a little bit underneath here too. I think my green one stands out okay. We're going to go back to our little bit of a wild berry here. Get a tiny bit of that. And we're just going to kind of lightly, again, just kind of sort of following the idea of the shape of the ice cream. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to do a little bit down below too. So it looks like we've got these ice creams sitting there. Let's actually go ahead and give this one a little cherry on top. And I'm going to rinse that off. I think on the other one over here, I'm just going to let it be a little bit of whipped cream on top. So I'm just going to add a little bit of extra white on top. So it's got some whipped cream. Okay. So we've got our little stand sitting on our ice cream stand, and we have the ability to go back. Oops, we have a little bit of a mess here. We need to clean that up. We'll clean that up. We can, I'm sure it's dry. That's not going to fit. But what if we use the smaller set? What do we have in the smaller set? Can you tell this was not a very well planned out live, but I just am flying by the seat of my pants. And that's okay. But the idea that I can't find things and I haven't moved from here is kind of a senior moment scary, but that's okay. So we did those. Where did we go? Oh, they're right here. They're right here. So what do we have for the words? We have the firecrackers, which aren't going to work because we're not doing firecrackers, but we can get on that cart. Look, we can get ice cream right there. It just says ice cream right there. And we're going to go ahead and go back to our purpley little brush color, maybe, if I can find it. And we're going to use that same dark purple color, the purple color that was on here. up here. I'm loading that brush. I'm offloading it off the side of the camera. I'm reloading, offloading, and we're just going to do ice cream. Need a little more paint because I've got a tiny, tiny brush. It only holds so much. I couldn't even have a 3-scoop kind of day. Well, I could have 3 scoops of the same thing, but I think the only ice cream that's in the house right now is vanilla. All right. It's going to be a 3-scoop kind of day, and we have our 3 scoops with some cherry chip, some mint chocolate chip, and some preludes and cream, or possibly maybe just some coffee chip. I think that turned out pretty sweet. So let me know what you think. And if this is new to you, I think you will love the Essential of the Month community. They have a lot of fun, but just have fun with playing what we have. Hey guys, don't forget February has free shipping for our regular Essential Stencil orders as well. And we've got some great things. We've got the Mardi Gras and St. Patty's Day bundle that is 30% off, and you can still save an additional 10% with Cheers. We have the spring bundles, or name of the bundles, stencils that are out that you could check out. And then we just started showing you the Easter ones earlier this week too, and they're super, super sweet. Whether you like the cutesy bunny side or the more meaningful spiritual side. Lovely transfers, lovely. I could do 3 different toppings if I have them. I could. I probably could handle that. That's it for me for today. I'm going to go clean my brushes. I'm going to go play in the dirt some more and probably snuggle my puppies. So I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I hope your Saturday is going swimmingly, and I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye. Cheers. And we need to end.